Hello, everyone. It's Rachel. Welcome to Rachel's Family Table. This week, I have several what's for dinner ideas to share with you. Since we've been eating at home and not going out or ordering in as much, I have a lot more dinner inspiration to share this week. So come on in and let's get busy.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
For dinner number one, my husband made enchiladas, and I'm going to tell you as well as I can how he made these enchiladas because he was being a little bit grouchy about me being in the kitchen with him this day. And so at some point, I had to set the camera down and just walk away and let it catch what it what it could. So, I mean, I totally understand not everybody is comfortable with a camera in their face while they're cooking, especially if you're not in the kitchen a lot. And so basically what he did is he browned his ground beef in a skillet with some onion and some seasoning mixes. He put a can of enchilada sauce into the saucepan with some chopped up chunks of Velveeta and melted that all down to make a nice cheesy enchilada sauce. He rolled up his enchiladas and got them all tucked in tightly into a 9x13 casserole dish with some of that sauce on the bottom, and then put the sauce on top and a layer of cheese on top of that, then baked in the oven until everything was nice and golden. And we just served some chips and salsa with these. These enchiladas were delicious. Mexican food is one of our favorites, so we have it at least once a week or more.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
As soon as these enchiladas came out of the oven, the boys were dishing up their plates. I was not able to get a finished, beautiful photo of these beforehand, but here is my lovely plate with my enchilada, and I topped it with some sour cream and black olives, a little bit of lettuce. For dinner number two, I made some flatbread pizza that on flatbread that I pick up at Aldi's. I'm just chopping up some onion, some Italian parsley, some black olives, and then setting all my toppings out on my cutting board. I've got some bacon and some pepperoni. I have some sausage cooking up in that skillet in the back, and I just put some pasta sauce on our pizza crust and just get that spread around, and then I just get to work putting all the toppings that everybody likes on their pizzas, and then top it all with cheese, and then I bake it in the oven for, well, with my oven, I have to rotate and switch and turn and all that good stuff because it is very unreliable and on its last leg. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And I have a tricky oven, to say the least, but these pizzas always turn out delicious. And so I'm doing is getting the cheeses on and the toppings on, and that is it for a really good pizza night. And I just made some salads to go on the side for those who want or can eat salad. I cannot eat salad. It's a curse, and I don't know. But anyway, These are really easy to throw together, and you can change up the toppings any way you like. And we always kind of just do some of the spicy hot sausage and some bacon bits. We would love to have regular old bacon to fry up and put on there, but the price of bacon around here is about $8 to $9 a pack, so we are just using some of these real bacon pieces instead. There's my little buddy on the lookout for any piece of cheese that may hit the floor, as always.
I wanna be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best damn lover you got. I wanna mess up your covers. You love, you love, you love. I don't wanna meet your mother. Never ever ask me how I've been. Remember why you have my number. You love, you love, you love. I'm the best thing that has ever happened to you. Here's your time to shine. Now show me what you can do. My hands feel on your body, the way we're dancing in the dark. With every move I make, you're falling. You love, you love, you love. The way my lips feel on your body, the way we're moving in the dark.
There's our finished pizzas and salads. We like these so much better than any takeout pizza that we have around our area. For dinner number 3, I made up a meatloaf, or a meat cake, as my now 30-year-old son used to call it when he was younger, because I always make my meatloaf in a big 9x13 casserole dish. So to get started, I just added some seasoned breadcrumbs to some ground beef. This is 80/20, and I'm adding 3 eggs to this because it is so big, and I'm going to season with some salt and pepper. I'll get a little splash of milk going on there, and then I just mix it all together with my hands and just pat it right out into the pan. So this is how I have just always made my meatloaf and saved myself from dirtying up another big bowl, and it always turns out just fine. After I get my meatloaf all mixed up, then I just cover it tightly with some foil and put it in a 375 oven for an hour to cook. When it comes out of the oven, I just remove the foil, drain off the grease, and then add some cream of mushroom soup on top, and then put it back in the oven to finish up cooking.
I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind. Find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I don't wanna be dragged in a box. I just wanna go my own way. 'Cause I am on my way. I am on my way. I am on my way. I am on my way.
And here is our finished dinner. I just served up some corn, some crescent rolls, and some instant mashed potatoes on the side. The instant mashed potatoes really made it a quick and easy dinner. Our 4th dinner is sheet pan chicken parm. Cameron just recently went to Olive Garden to eat with friends, and he's been raving about chicken parmesan. So I decided that I would try a sheet pan version of it that I've seen on YouTube and Pinterest. So all I'm doing is cutting my chicken breasts in half to make them thinner and just trimming off some of the fat from these chicken breasts. And I'm going to get them into the seasoning mix. I've been wanting to try the one sheet pan chicken or the garlic Parmesan seasoning from McCormick. So we are just going to brush on some olive oil. Bill is doing the oil, and then I'm going to come through with the seasoning packets and get them all nice and coated on both sides. As you can see, we had started off going in a different direction with our chicken on this day, and so there is a little bit of flour dusted on them, but it's okay. It turned out fine. We just went over top of that with our olive oil and then added the seasoning mix, and there was no harm to this recipe. It all turned out fine. So, like I said, we just did the seasoning mix on both sides, and we really like this, and we will use it again. So I'm glad we gave it a try. I'm glad that Cameron tried something different while out with his friends, family, and that we now have another option that we can make. He is such a picky child when it comes to food, and there's so many things that he doesn't like, and so I'm really glad to have another recipe that we can now make for dinners.
On our tiptoes, undercover, agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Scale the world in halves as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy we go.
After the chicken was cooked through, I just added some of the pasta sauce on top of the chicken. On this day, I did have to make my own. Didn't have any on hand, so I just used some tomato sauce, some garlic, and some herbs, and just whipped up my own. And so then I just topped each piece of chicken with that sauce, and then put a slice of provolone cheese on top of each chicken breast, and put it back in the oven until the cheese was nice and melty.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh.
And here is our finished plate. It was really liked by everyone in the house, and we will make this again. My broccoli did turn out a little bit dry. We put the remainder of the seasoning on top of that, but I forgot to put olive oil on it, so next time I'll have to remember that. For dinner number 5, Bill wanted the Korean beef again, which we just had recently and I just shared in a previous video, but it was made with ground beef, and this time he wanted to try it with some sliced beef. So we just used some inexpensive cuts of meat and got that cooking up in a frying pan. I chopped up some onions and got that in the meat to cook along with it, and just seasoned with a little bit of pepper because I'm going to be adding a sauce to it. I did a quick dry saute on these mushrooms just to render out the liquid that's in them, and this helps give your mushrooms a really good umami taste, and that's what you want in this kind of a dish. So I will just discard this liquid that came out of these mushrooms, and then they'll go into some oil and do a second saute. So this meat, I'm just turning it around and getting it cooked on all sides and make sure that it's cooked through. Next, I'm making a sauce. So I'm going to double it this time because I have a lot more meat this time. So I'm doing 2/3 cup of soy sauce and then 6 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of ginger, and 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. And then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper. So that's just the red pepper ratio that we like, and it gives it a nice spicy flavor.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
After I drained the mushrooms, I just threw in a stick of butter to get that melted down, and then a nice big tablespoon of minced garlic. And then I accidentally added a little bit of red wine vinegar when I meant to add balsamic. So I'm just going back in with a little Worcestershire sauce. And actually, it really didn't matter. You can play around with your flavors and make it how you like. So after I had some of that butter melted down, I just moved the rest of the stick to the back pan for the cabbage that I also sliced up and planned on cooking in the back there. And so the mushrooms are doing their thing, and the cabbage is getting all nice and fried and browned up. The meat is still cooking, and then I'll just put that sauce in next. So I'm just pouring the sauce on, and then I'm just going to let that simmer for a while and get nice and thick, and that brown sugar is going to make it thicken up really nice, and you have that nice and sweet and spicy flavor going on. I have an egg that I fried in the back, and then I just started preparing my bowl. I use the Uncle Ben's ready rice, the fried rice flavor. Again, we did like this the last time we tried it, and it made it so convenient just to microwave it for a couple minutes and then just toss it in a bowl. And then I'm just going to layer all of the things that I like in my bowl. I'm having some of the fried cabbage with my bowl and the mushrooms, and then of course the Korean beef.
Do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at
We really like these rice bowls, and I'm sure that they'll make it to the dinner rotation again and again and again. Our last dinner for the week was one of those hurry up and get it done type of dinners. I had to work until 5 and then had a Zoom meeting at 6. So I really had about a half hour to throw something together. So I just started off by chopping up all of my bell peppers and my onions, and we're going to make some fajitas. I also cut my chicken into really thin strips and then just got each of these into separate frying pans to get them cooked up, and then Bill was on the task of getting it all added together. I buttered up some flour tortillas and then just stacked them inside of some foil and then put them in a really low oven just to get warmed through and get nice and buttery. And then when it was ready to mix it all together after the chicken was cooked all the way through, then he just put it all together so that the vegetables could have some of that chicken fajita seasoning on them as well. And when my meeting was over, we had a nice little dinner. And once again, we just served up some chips and salsa on the side. Chicken fajitas really are a quick meal that you can throw together in a hurry. And here is my finished plate. I am just adding some salsa and some sour cream to my fajitas and rolling it up and calling it dinner. Thank you for stopping by and for sticking around till the end. If you liked this video, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you can see more of what my family has for dinner in the future. See you in the next one.